On Tuesday, February 11th, Supermicro will report their quarterly figures or maybe just preliminary numbers. We're still waiting for the 10K, we're still waiting for them to file everything that they should have filed already months and months ago. The deadline is February 25th. By then, everything should be filed, or again, they will be delisted because they already got that extension, and now February 25th, that's the deadline. Now, what happens if they miss the deadline? Same thing as in 2018, they will be delisted, they will be trading OTC markets, over-the-counter markets, which means no, the shares will not go to zero, they just go from the big markets, the Nasdaq, to OTC markets, lower volumes, your share will not disappear from your portfolio. What could disappear is, of course, the paper gains, right? Because the stock itself in the last 5 days alone is up 27%. And in the last 3 months, this stock is up quite a lot, close to 60%. Now we're waiting, of course, we're all waiting to see what they've got to say with regards to the semiconductor industry, because let's leave aside all the filing issues. Supermicro is still a very, very important player in the semiconductor industry. So any information that they can give us about shipments of Blackwell systems and all of that will, of course, help investors in Nvidia and investors in the semiconductor industry as a whole. Now, right now, Supermicro has a market cap of $21.24 billion and a forward PE of 13.1 times. You're going to say, oh, but that's extremely cheap. Yes, but it has never really been that expensive to start with. Don't forget, this is a very low margin business. At the time of making this video, the average analyst price target sits 12% higher than the price we're at today. And remember, a year ago, the average analyst price target sat at around $1,000 before the split, so at $103 with a split adjusted price. But of course, since then, the average analyst price target did plummet, especially this time right here, failing to file on time, looking for deadline extensions, etc., etc. And even the preliminary numbers did disappoint. It was a quarter where they were expecting $6 to $7 billion in sales. That number came in $1 billion short. So let's discuss everything you need to know for a Tuesday. If you enjoy this type of videos, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, really appreciate that. If you want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description and end up in comment with the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to fool.com/couchinvestor. Thank you very much. So if we look at what the current analysts are expecting this company to report on Tuesday, sales growth of around 11-12% or so, that's quarter over quarter, EBITDA of $600 million, EBIT increasing close to 40% quarter over quarter, EPS on a GAAP basis of 61 cents, that's up 10.7% quarter over quarter, and EPS non-GAAP growing 20.5% quarter over quarter to 75 cents. Now, if we zoom out a little bit and we look at all the numbers before the preliminary numbers and before all the delays, this is basically what you got. A company that was growing steadily, but then, of course, with all the AI hype or AI movement, you've seen the business grow quite quickly, right? The last 2 quarters that we've got before the preliminary numbers came out, they were at $3.6, $3.8 billion. The ones after that were closer to $5-6 billion. Which you can see right here, preliminary first quarter fiscal 2025 highlights, net sales in the range of $5.9 to $6 billion compared to the previous guidance of $6 to $7 billion, so quite a big difference. GAAP and non-GAAP gross margin of approximately 13.3%. Now, if you look at their guidance for the second quarter of fiscal 2025, they expect net sales of between $5.5 to $6.1 billion for the second quarter, so a bit lower than the previous one. Now, of course, now they've got the auditor, BDO, which, let's be honest, was the worst of the best ones that they could have chosen. But okay, I guess it's better than nothing. All the comments will probably be made during the earnings call, just like last time. Comments on Blackwell shipments, are there delays, are there no delays? What's the volume like, etc., etc. More recently, we did get some news from Supermicro directly. So they said that the Nvidia Blackwell HGX B200 systems are ready for shipping. A couple of weeks before that, we've got the new Supermicro X14 servers with Intel Xeon 6. So again, this just shows this is a company that's extremely important in the semiconductor industry. Of course, there is Dell, there is HPE as well. So there is definitely competition, which is why we've seen margins come down quite drastically. It's a pricing war, right? It's a pricing war to take more and more market share. But this on the left here is a good sign, not just for Supermicro, but also for Nvidia. We've been hearing a lot about issues, heating issues, delays, etc., etc. So if we can get more information about those shipments from Supermicro with regards to Nvidia Blackwell, I think that will be quite a good sign for Nvidia, because they will report earnings, I believe, a couple of weeks from today. So to me, it's quite simple with Supermicro right now. Buying the shares could play out extremely well, right? If they come out better number than expected, they're saying, look, we're going to file this week, because remember, they've been saying we're going to file as soon as possible. So I guess it wasn't possible until they're going to file it, because the last time we got an update was basically in November. It's been quite a long time. Of course, you got to go through all the files, new auditor and all of that, fine. But yeah, buying it right now before the earnings, before we get more commentary, is basically a gamble, I would say. But of course, it's a gamble that could play out quite handsomely, right? If they come out with some good numbers, good commentary, and they do file everything that was missing, then I don't see this stock staying under $40 for much longer. I think on the same day after hours, the stock could jump 50%, maybe even more. Because remember, previously the stock was higher, and I do believe that the company is better today. It's generating more revenue today than before. And if before it was trading higher, I don't see why it couldn't be trading at those levels in the future. Of course, margins are coming down, still trust issues with the company. But again, if they do file all of the missing documents, then I do think that we're going to see this stock fly extremely high. Of course, it's up to you if you want to play this game. I know some of you did buy here. Me personally, I did buy here, but I sold 2 days after that, because I was like, okay, it's already up 30% or so. I'm happy with that. Could have more than doubled, but then again, could have put it on red or black in Vegas and had the same results. So yeah, very important company for the semiconductor industry. Tuesday, hopefully the numbers will be audited, won't be preliminary numbers. Hopefully they do file everything, and maybe even during the earnings call, they give us some important information with regards to Nvidia and maybe some other players as well. Other than that, what's happening next week? We've got McDonald's and Monday on a Monday before the market opens. Tuesday, you've got Shopify before the market opens along with Coca-Cola. Then after the close, Supermicro, Upstart, DoorDash, Lyft. On Wednesday, you've got Vertiv, CVS before the market opens, then Reddit, Robinhood, and the Trade Desk after the market closes. On Thursday, you've got Datadog before the market opens, Crocs, John Deere. Those are the numbers that I'm semi-following. Thursday, after the market closes, Coinbase, Twilio, DraftKings, Airbnb, Palo Alto, Roku. And then on Friday, Moderna and some random names. It's always the same on Friday. On Fridays, usually the companies nobody really cares about. But yeah, we're going to cover quite a bit of those companies throughout the next couple of days. Shopify for sure. I'll probably do Supermicro and Lyft as well. And then the Trade Desk on Wednesday, maybe even Robinhood. Let's see, maybe Reddit. Then on a Thursday for sure, first Airbnb, then Palo Alto, and then we'll see if I've got time or if there's enough demand for Coinbase, Twilio, and DraftKings, and of course also Applied Materials. So let me know what you're most excited about for the next couple of days. And if you're holding Supermicro as well, let me know all of that in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and I see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.